Before he knew football, he knew war. Before he carried an entire high school to victory, he needed someone to champion him. For Mulbah Car, football has given him more than just a game to play.
From the time he, got to Reagan High School, he's always set his sights on playing college football, and I think he's been reasonably confident that he could do it.
His junior year, we played a game against a district opponent who we had not beaten in 5 or 6 years. We needed to beat that group to go to the playoffs. We ended up beating them. Mulbah had 6 touchdowns. That was the real turning point for him midway through his junior year.
Getting a college degree is his first priority. Playing football is the way he gets it paid for. But he understands the way to make a change for his life, for his family's life, for generations to come, is to get a college degree.
Reagan High School is smack in the middle of football country, Austin, Texas. The home of the storied Raiders had fallen on hard times. Head coach Keith Carey would be the voice of change, and Buddy Dryden an agent of hope.
Reagan went through some hard times. The school became classified as underperforming, and that gave kids an opportunity that wanted to go to other schools. Of course, the athletic teams didn't do well during those years, just for no other reason, because they lacked the numbers.
I was at another program that was nearby, just on the other side of I-35, and the history of Austin is very much that there's one side of the tracks and there's the other side. It was very different than the school that I was working at the time from a socioeconomic standpoint.
When I first met Coach Carey, he spoke at a FCA banquet. He talked about wanting to make a positive influence in these kids' lives. Honestly, I didn't have a conscious thought. I just went and met him when it was over and said, if there's anything I can do to help. I went to school there, be glad to pitch in.
Raiders on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Raiders. I went to a track meeting. It was a practice middle school track meeting. It was the day that I met Mulbah. His coach at the time came up to me and said, hey, you need to watch this kid run a 200-meter dash. And I watched, and of course it was pretty darn impressive.
My middle school coach came up to me, you know what, it's an opportunity for you and it's an opportunity for him, so you should go try it out. So it was bad, but bring out the best for me, so.
He was kind of quiet, always smiling and friendly, but not real outgoing. But all you had to do was look at him and see he was made of the right stuff to be a good athlete.
Mulbah Car rushed for over 1,600 yards and 20 touchdowns his junior year, and Division I coaches took notice.
We knew there was a really good running back at Austin Reagan High School, and started watching video of him and said, hey, this is a kid from a talent standpoint that we need to start recruiting.
I took him to 2 or 3 football camps. I took him on a visit to University of Nebraska, Iowa State, TCU, and Houston, of course.
Buddy and coach, they really help. And they told me, don't worry, we'll make sure your son be something. I was okay.
In 1989, Charles Taylor, a military man, staged a coup. An all-out civil war resulted, lasting for 7 years and reigniting in 1999, leaving hundreds of thousands of Liberians dead or displaced. And the worst was still to come.
All I knew is that he was a refugee, but I didn't know any of the details about the time he spent homeless on the streets, begging for food, sleeping in vacant houses.
What was the refugee camp like?
Break houses, people are still building houses for people who are coming in. My mom used to do a market, sell stuff.
Liberian refugees by the thousands flooded into the United States. Mulbah and his family were among the fortunate ones, arriving safely in America.
When you came to Texas, did you get any help or were you all alone?
I got help from character those that brought us. They helped us for 6 months. And after that, they left all on our own.
I had to grow up pretty fast, so I chose that path, and it helped me out to become like what I am right now.
His experiences in Africa and then his living environment once he got to Austin was rough, and for him to be able to handle his business and not only just become a good football player, but a really good leader for his team and a good student, obviously that screams of mental toughness.
Excellence brings expectations, and for Mulbah, living up to those expectations brings an opportunity to change his family's future.
He's going to be able to come back to this community and change lives of kids who believe they can be the next Mulbah. And so I think that there is a lot of pressure on him, and I think that as difficult as it is for him to bear that, he does it because that's the kind of kid he is.
It's internal pressure. He wants to make the people that love him proud, and that's a good kind of pressure to have.
In May, Mulbah became a U.S. citizen, realizing the true American dream. But it would not have been accomplished without the help of a friend.
A blessing we never expected. You know, I was in Houston last week, and Mulbah took me around and introduced me to his teammates and told them this is my dad, and that made it all worthwhile.
Postma takes the snap, hands it off again, Mulbah Car. He'll walk into the end zone, his first collegiate touchdown. Touchdown, Houston. 7 minutes and 33 seconds to go in the first half.
If he does all the right things, if everything breaks right for Mulbah, is a professional career in football an option?
When you look at him as an 18-year-old freshman, you say if that kid sticks around a while and embraces our culture, he's going to have a chance to play at the next level.
Buddy and I talk all the time about how, you know, something happened to Mulbah and he's going to have to overcome adversity. And it's like, you know, no problem, right? He was doing that a whole long time ago. So I have no doubt that anything is going to get in his way.
Just knowing how far he's come, knowing his character, his work ethic, to get from where he is to now to the next level would be a short, easy trip compared to the one he's already been on.
Listen, Rhonda wants to fight her.
But it's all about coming up with what weight, right?
That's it. They'd have to figure out at what weight they fight, you know. But Rhonda wants that fight.
That fight that